All right, good day, everyone. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be trying to develop a vertex form equation, okay? And the key thing I want you to understand with this is that what we've been dealing with the last couple of days, that vertex form, what gives us transformations, it's not always as great as it seems to be, okay? Unfortunately, sometimes you have to convert your original into vertex form, okay? So just to kind of clarify some of these things, there are two different forms of equations. We have our standard form, which is going to be our ax squared plus b of x plus c. And then we have our vertex form, which is our a times x minus h squared plus k. Okay? Now, understanding the differences are important, okay? For a problem like this over here, we can always factor and solve out. And then over here, we can use our transformations. But the idea behind them both is this concept of that I can't really do anything unless I can actually affect these problems, right? Let's say I wanted to find the transformations and they gave me an example like this. Well, technically in standard form, I can't find transformations. I need to get that somehow to look like that. Okay? So this is kind of where the whole process really comes in. All right? What we want to be able to do today is develop our equations to actually create a vertex form. Okay? To do this, we're actually going to bring back a concept that we've already have talked about before. Okay? We're going to bring back the completing the square equation, which is just going to come out to be a x minus b over 2 squared, and that's equal to negative c plus b over 2 squared. Okay? So as we're working through this, let's go ahead and finish this off. To get to the completed square equation, all we have to do is actually work this out. We know a equals 1, b equals negative 6, c equals 8. We're going to go ahead and plug those values in. This would be 1 times x this would be a plus up here. So this would be plus negative 6 over 2 squared is equal to negative 8 plus negative 6 over 2 squared. Okay? At this point, we're going to go ahead and simplify everything out. This would just stay as 1, so we don't even need to write it. X minus 3 squared equals negative 8 plus, that would come out to be negative 3 squared, which would be positive 9. And then at this point, I'd have x minus 3 squared equals positive 1. Now, here's the thing. I want you to understand and look at where we were at. If we were actually completing the square, we would actually just take this example and solve it out. We would take the square root, add the 3 over, and boom, we would have an answer. We don't want an answer. We want vertex form. We want to somehow turn this into this. Well, look how similar they are. Don't we have this piece right here? And then technically all we need to do is figure out where's this k at. Well, technically that k value is just the 1, but unfortunately it's just on the wrong side. This needs to somehow go over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract that 1 to the other side. This comes out to be x minus 3 squared minus 1. And then if you notice, just like that, I have an equation in vertex form where I can actually get the transformations out of. Right 3 down 1. So here's kind of the concept of today's lesson, the thing that we'll cover in class tomorrow. The idea behind this is that I want to actually find transformations, but I can't do it with this equation here. So I have to use my completing the square formula to work it so that I can get to this point and actually be able to derive the transformations from it. Okay? But we'll go over these a couple more in class. Make sure you finish the video, and I will see you tomorrow.